We're going to take a step away from Tigers football for a moment and talk about some new sports that may be on their way to Grambling State. Hear all about it as my conversation with Grambling Athletic Director, Dr. Trayvean Scott, continues. Here at Grambling, something historic and exciting in the works would be the first HBCU gymnastics program. What would that mean not only for Grambling, not only for the university, not only for this community, but for HBCU schools in general?
Well, I think it'd be huge. I think it's transformative. I think it's game-changing. I think it gives not only black and brown girls, but all women an opportunity to utilize gymnastics through sport, right? It gives them an opportunity to not have to, choose something else as a means to further their education at the HBCU level. We're taking a very aggressive approach in performing an exploratory study. But I'll tell you this, I think for us, and the President I think said it earlier, I'm a big planner, right? Right now we sponsor 15 sports, and the Southwestern Athletics Conference maximum amount is 18. And so we've got an aggressive plan to bring on men's tennis first, as well as men's and women's golf, and then we're going to launch exploratory studies in not just gymnastics, but 2 other sports that I'll name later as well. And so that gives us an opportunity to give all equal access, regardless of sport. I know specific to gymnastics, we've got a lot of, through my research and my discussions with Darren over at Brown Girls, we've got a lot of young ladies who choose other avenues to be able to procure college scholarships, cheer, for example. And so now if we're able to provide that platform, they don't have to do that. And so part of that exploratory phase is being able to gauge partnerships within the area, right? Being able to gauge Brown Girls Do Gymnastics to be able to help us with additional resources, and then being able to put together an aggressive plan to understand the bottom line. Of course, there are 12 scholarships, full scholarships involved on the women's side. And so once we're able to put that plan in place, obviously sometime at the beginning of the year when we launch our strategic initiative for 2022 to 2027, we'll outline a definite timeline where we'll either decide to bring about gymnastics and those other items as it relates to those exploratory studies, or how we're going to move forward. So very exciting time. Brown Girls Do Gymnastics has been a great partner for us. We're looking at doing some additional things moving forward in anticipation of the exploratory study and being able to gauge the gymnastics community. And so hopefully it works out. I'm looking forward to it, but I think overall it would be a great transformational experience for us to be able to add women's gymnastics along with those other sports to Grambling athletics.
Yeah, you talked about all of these new programs that you're exploring bringing to Grambling. How does it feel to be part of a university that's at the forefront of change and really taking initiative to make it better and to progress the future?
Well, it feels great. It also feels great to be able to pick up the phone and call your president, or be able to sit with your president and you're thinking big and he's thinking bigger, right? And so, that in and of itself kind of speaks to the trajectory and the direction that not only Grambling State Athletics is getting ready to undergo, but Grambling State University is getting ready to undergo. Whenever we talk about the first and only digital library. We talk about the cybersecurity. We talk about our new PhD program in criminal justice administration, and we talk about G-Men football. We talk about the world famed. And so we've got so many positive things going on, but to be able to think big and be challenged to think bigger is certainly refreshing for me. And so that gives us an opportunity to really blow it out of the water with some of the plans that we have moving forward.